Timothy tomorrow.
In a few days I will be a free man.
And then we can be married.
We're all frantically jealous of you at the office. Bill's such a cat.
This completely awful woman answered and said you were good with women.
Well, it all sounds perfectly acceptable so far.
Back in the doghouse. Second Thoughts tomorrow at 7:30.
In a few moments, the news from ITN, your newscaster Dermot Manahan.
It's the weekend, and this man has lost his traveller's checks. And so has he. He hadn't bought American Express traveller's checks, but this man insisted on them. So while this man would get a refund, but not quite yet, he just made one call to American Express, while he had to be patient. Why wait when independent research shows American Express provide the fastest weekend refunds almost anywhere in the world? American Express traveller's checks.
Win a taste of freedom. Because every day for 4 weeks, a Rover Cabriolet can be won only in the Daily Express and Sunday Express. So make sure you pick up this card from your newsagent with the Daily and Sunday Express.
When you buy a new car from a Rover dealer, you'll find we've made a startling commitment. If you're not completely satisfied within 30 days or 1,000 miles, we'll replace it or refund the cost. We can't think of any reason why you'd want to. But then again... Everybody can buy American Express traveller's checks. If your bank, building society or travel agent doesn't sell them, go to one that does.
World Boxing follows the news. Steve Robinson versus Sean Murphy at 11:15.
Good evening, the news and sport from ITN. Tonight's headlines. No joy yet for the United Nations weapons inspectors in Iraq. Confusion over Peter Lilly's pension plans. Is privatisation on the agenda? And a traditional welcome for a princess helping today's Africa.
And tonight's main sports headline, Derbyshire lauded over Lancs to win the cup.
The standoff between the United Nations and Iraq over 2 of its missile testing sites is continuing tonight. A 3-man UN team flew into Baghdad today under instructions to gain access to the sites to seal up equipment. But after 90 minutes of talks, it's still uncertain whether Iraq will cooperate.
The UN team arrived here under real pressure. If they fail to reach the missile sites, if they are denied access, then military action against Iraq is again a possibility. The last group failed and stormed out of Baghdad.
This is an interim measure that we are going to install these seals to stop them from using the test stands until they comply with their obligations for monitoring and verification.
For President Saddam Hussein, it is decision time, whether to allow or deny the UN access to the 2 test sites. Before, the regime said it infringed Iraqi sovereignty to have UN surveillance cameras installed there. But under pressure from the West, Saddam may agree to the compromise of the UN sealing the equipment at the site. If, as expected, he does agree, it could